Alright, so we're going to go over the warm-up, and then that'll lead us into our outcomes, alright? So, real quick reminder, homeworks, if you didn't hand it in now, give it to me on Monday, okay? You do have homework tonight on Edmodo. If you need the code again, I reset the code for you, so see me after class, I will give you that code. Let's start out here, green text. Everyone should be on page 4. We're working on page 4 to 7. We're going to copy and define the vocabulary. Lucky for you, there was only 2 vocab words. So let's go over them real quick. We had health and wellness. Ironically, that is exactly what our lesson title is. What is health and wellness? Right here, tell me what health is.
Health is a combination of physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. Okay,
very good. So I want you guys to make sure you have that in your notes. The combination of the physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being, okay? Wellness, go ahead.
A state of well-being or total health.
Okay, so wellness is a pretty easy concept. It's a state of well-being, or you can circle this, total health. It's a person's total health, okay? You're going to understand that a little bit better when we go over what the health triangle is, all right? The second part to your warm-up was an opinion question. It stated, what are some positive ways you can improve your physical health? Okay? Give me one way.
Exercising.
Okay, exercising, you said, right? Okay, give me another way. That's what he just said. He said exercise. What's a way you can improve your physical health?
Eating healthy.
Eating healthier. What does that mean to you, eating healthier? That's it? Just fruits?
No.
Not eating a lot of junk food.
Okay, limiting the amount of junk food we consume.
And Big Macs that hold the whole thing.
Alright, so maybe limiting our fast food, even though our fast food's incredibly tasty. You gotta understand, it's tasty for a reason. Okay, fast food's very high in fat, especially saturated fat. And when we do our nutrition unit, you guys are gonna have some eye-opening experiences when I tell you some of the things that actually goes into certain fast foods. It's going to make you think twice, okay? But right now, let's stay on track. We're going to say what he said. He said limit the amount of junk food you eat, limit the amount of fast food you eat. All ways to improve physical health. How else can we improve our physical health? Yep.
Always go to the doctor.
Okay, by always going to the doctor. See a doctor at least twice out of the year to go for a checkup. Why do you think it is very important for you guys at your age to go to the doctor on a regular basis? Yeah.
So that we won't get sick because we just think that we have a little cough or our nose and stuff, that if we don't go to the doctor then it could be something worse.
Okay, so to get yourself checked out regularly in case we have a cold, we can kind of get it right away. Proper medication, go through the proper procedures to get better right away. Yeah.
So you don't get cancer from red meat and processed meat.
You remember the article that we read. No, so remember what I said. The author in that article didn't say, hey, if you eat red meat or processed meat, you will get cancer. What they said was, he built an argument stating that if you have a diet high in processed meat and high in red meat, your chances of contracting stomach cancer or colon cancer increases.
Right.
He doesn't say you will definitely get it, though.
Right.
Okay.
That means you get checked up to make sure you don't have it.
Right, so you get a proper checked up. You get a checkup, okay? He wants to check, not only that though, he wants to check your height, your weight, your eye. They want to make sure you all are growing properly and appropriately, okay? And if you're not, they want to be able to fix that. And the sooner you catch it, the easier it is to fix. When we let things linger, that's when they take their toll, and the consequences are greater, okay? Good job. Give me one more way to improve physical health. We have exercising, we have eating, a nutritious diet, kind of limiting ourselves from the junk food, limiting ourselves from the sugars, limiting ourselves from the fast food. Give me one more way.
You can take 5-minute walks every day after dinner.
Okay, so kind of developing a little bit of a routine of simply maybe walking, whether that's walking with a friend, walking by yourself, walking your dog, being active. Anything is better than sedentary activity where you're just sitting down watching TV or on your phones, okay, or video games. There's no real physical activity in that. Some kids mentioned to me, well, Mr. Gentile, what about Wii? Or what about Xbox Connect? Okay, let's be real, gentlemen. Thumbs, just moving your thumbs, that's not physical activity. Physical activity, hey, gentlemen, physical activity is when you raise your heart rate up to above that resting level. right now your heart rate is all at a resting level, okay? However, if I asked you, if we went down to the gymnasium and we ran for 3 minutes the perimeter of the gym, and then we stopped, are you going to tell me that you're going to be the same way right now as you are now? Then after that 3 minutes? No. You're going to be a little out of breath. Some of you might be a little sweaty. It's because you elevated that heart rate. Your heart rate now is beating faster because your body is doing more work. Okay? That's what you guys should be trying to get in each day. Does anybody know the recommended amount of activity that you should get in each day?
3 minutes.
Go ahead.
An hour.
Very good. Hit it on the first try. 60 minutes. Okay? The NFL actually has a thing called Play 60, where they're trying to advocate for kids and promote kids to work out for 60 minutes, be active. And let me be clear, working out isn't necessarily, hey, I got to go to the gym and lift weights. No, no, no. Working out could simply be playing football with your friends, going out and having a pickup basketball game, going for a walk with friends. That is active, okay? Those are active activities. Like I said, as much as we'd like to say, you know, Xbox, Call of Duty, Madden, all that is active, it really is not. You're just moving thumbs. Okay? You're not elevating that heart rate. All right, let's move forward. So, Cameron, settle down.
No, because you said that's fun. It's not.
Just settle down.
But if you do this.
Let's go to outcome 1. So right now, we just did the warm-up. Class agenda, warm-up activity is completed. Good job. Now we're going to review the daily outcomes. 1 second. We have 4 daily outcomes for the day. Okay? They are, first one, define health and wellness. The second one, we are going to identify the 3 sides of the health triangle. The third outcome, we are going to analyze the relationship of the 3 sides of the health triangle. And our last one was to how do daily decisions. We all make daily decisions every day. How does that contribute to our wellness? So let's start at outcome 1, health and wellness. Well, you guys defined health and wellness in your warm-up. We said health, gentlemen. So last time I was speaking, you stop messing around. My next step, I'm going to move you. I got open desks right here. So focus. Thank you. All right. Health is the combination, you guys told me, of physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. Okay? And weirdly enough, that actually is the 3 sides of the health triangle. So in your notebooks, I want you to write health triangle and get the triangle down. I want you to label each side. Okay? You're going to label one side, physical. All right? You're going to label another side, mental / emotional. And then you're going to label a third side what?
Social.
There you go. Very good. Social. Okay. At the end of today's lesson, you guys are going to realize how each 3 sides of this health triangle relate. Even though they are different words and they mean different things, they all have a relationship, and we're going to see how. All right? So, those of you that wrote down your outcomes, you can now check off outcome 1. We've completed outcome 1. You can check off outcome 2, because we identified those 3 sides. Cameron, you taking notes? I know that, but are you taking notes too? You got to be able to look at the board and simultaneously take notes. All right, so whatever I put on this board, ladies and gentlemen, you were going to get down in your notebook, okay? All right, this way when I do a notebook check maybe next week and I say, hey, let me see the health and wellness notes, you'll turn right to it because you have your lesson title written down, and I can give you 100 on your notebook check, okay? Question?
You know, when you were talking about how your heart rate and stuff, well, how come when you're playing like something scary on your computer, your heart rate rises, and then when you're exercising, your heart rate rises?
Okay, well, you're talking about 2 different elements. Exercising, you're doing a physical activity. If you happen to watch a scary movie, or like you just said, you're playing a video game and something scary, what emotion is coming out?
Fear.
Boom, fear. And guess what? Fear raises the heart rate. Okay?
Exercise.
So that's why something that scares you for a quick moment, you will see a quick spike in that heart rate elevation. But very quickly, your heart rate will go back to that resting heart rate. Whereas physical activity, say you're playing basketball for 30 minutes, you're going to elevate that heart rate, and then when you're done, it's going to take 5 to 10 minutes for that heart rate that's already elevated to start slowly coming down to that resting heart rate. It's going to take a lot longer to get to that resting heart rate rather than you being scared. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? But that's a good question. All right. So real quick, before we get to outcome 3, where we analyze those 3 sides of the health triangle, yeah, real quick, we flow. Okay? So I have a question for you. I need a scribe, someone to come up to the board to write for me. Right there. And hey, listen, we'll get more people to come up. Don't worry about it. What I want you to think about right now, 3 minutes. Work with your group. I want you to think about, use this, we're going to fill out this right here. I want you to think about healthy ways to spend free time. Let's think about that. We're talking about the health triangle. We're going to talk about the relationship of the health triangle. But before we do that, we got to kind of get our brain motivated, moving on. Okay, well, how can we spend free time in a healthy, wise way? Okay? And let me just tell you, playing video games would not be a healthy, wise way. Okay? So think of something outside of that. All right? You will have, I'll give you 3 minutes. When the timer goes off, we're going to share aloud. And my gentleman right up here is going to take notes. He's going to call on you, all right? And he's going to decide if your answer is acceptable or unacceptable. And then we'll put it on the board. Make sure you're getting this in your notes. Ready, go. 2 minutes. Work with your group. Healthy ways to spend free time.
Where can I write this in my journal?
Write in your journal.
Next to anything.
You can put it on a separate page. You can write it down right below your outcomes. It's all going to stay in one spot.
Thank you.
Bless you. Yes, Corey. You need a pen? Sure. I have a pen.
It must be something physical. Watch us, and that's
There you go.
about the sport, right?
Give that back in the mom. Okay. Not yet. He's going to call on people. 1 minute left, guys. 1 minute. This is a quick brainstorm activity. 5 healthy ways to spend your free time. And I know throughout the day you got some free time, especially when you go home. How are we going to spend that in a healthy way? And you copy this down. All right, let's share aloud. Let's share aloud. We got talking going on, so I figure we're done. This one's dry? Okay. Well, if you need another one, let me know. Okay. So, I love how the hands are up already. Because the hands are up, for every correct answer, you get a Orba. So, you can call on anybody, but I wouldn't call on somebody who's calling out and shaking, so it's up to you.
Playing basketball.
Boom. Put down as number 1. Playing basketball. Definitely a healthy way to spend some free time. Okay? Now, let me ask you a question real quick. Playing basketball. Now that we see the 3 sides of the health triangle. Okay, Roberto, what side of the health triangle do you think basketball would fall under?
Physical.
Physical. Why?
Because it involves physical activity.
Right. Could it fall under any other category?
No.
Social.
How come? Why not? Don't call out and talk to Roberto. Roberto, let me ask you a question. What if you were playing basketball with some friends? Then would it fall under another category?
Yes.
What?
Social.
You know why? Because you're interacting with other people. Remember last class we talked about social health? The ability to get along with the people around you? Exactly. That's a prime example. Good job. All right, well, somebody else.
Like you can join an activity at your rec center.
Okay, such as? What kind of activity?
Yeah, swimming.
Okay. What, do they have swimming up the rec center at Bach Road or not? Not that the other one? Allen's Tap Road, okay. So that's good. So join the rec center. Or an activity at the rec center. Good job. Okay, give me a specific exercise. Hey. Lance? Okay, Lance, where are you?
I'm right here.
All right. Okay, taking the stuff with you? Okay, Lance, make sure you take your stuff with you, okay? Lance, homework is on Edmodo, okay? All right, so whatever notes you missed, gentlemen in Lance's group, maybe you could either text him the notes, take a picture of the notes, and send it to him so you can get them.
Oh, you're asking me?
I'm saying, yeah, either one of you, since you're in his group right now, whatever we take on the board that he didn't get down, maybe you could send to him. Okay? All right, next, go ahead. Jogging in place? How about instead of jogging in place, jogging outside? There we go. All right, good job. Lance, don't forget about the homework tonight, though, okay? Okay? Is she right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Good job. One more, guys.
Cameron?
Playing football.
What kind of football?
Not soccer, football.
Okay. I'm saying, are you playing football on a team, or are you playing with friends?
For friends, a team, or whatever.
Okay. I just like specifics, that's all. Good job. Very nice. So guys, we could probably spend the whole class mod talking about healthy ways to spend our free time. All of these are good examples of how we could do that. How we can maintain our health, okay? And at that same time, as we're maintaining our health, having fun. Thank you so much for writing up here, okay? Now, here's my next question. Now that we know ways to spend free time, and I had asked Umberto, I said, Umberto, how does playing basketball relate to the health triangle? What I want you guys to do right now, out of the ones you put down in your notebooks, I want you to tell me what categories maybe they would fall under. Take a minute or two with your group to decide. All right, join the rec center, jogging outside, bike riding, taking my dog for a walk, joining a team, a sports team, whatever you're picking, okay? I want you to tell me what category does it fall under. Does it fall under physical? Does it fall under mental and emotional? Or does it fall under social? I'll give you a hint. It could fall under more than one. All right? All right. So I'll give you 1 minute. 1 minute just to decide the ones that you picked, what category they fall under. Go ahead. Corey, is that pen? You need a new pen?
Yeah.
I got it. This one should be better, Corey. Here you go. Well, all right, time is up. Let's go over it. So, just to recap what we were doing, the ways that we picked to spend free time in a healthy way, we were relating it to the health triangle. And you were going to tell me what category, out of those three sides that we've gone over, it falls under. And you're going to see, after we're done, how it's going to relate, how each side of that health triangle, even though they're different, they relate to one another. So, right here, give me one.
Remember what?
Yeah, so what way did you spend free time in a healthy way? What did you pick? Okay, do you see how we have up there 5 healthy ways to spend free time? Some kids have those up there, some kids have some different ones in their notebooks.
Well, I have one of those.
Okay, which one?
Playing basketball.
Playing basketball, great. And playing basketball, like Umberto said, falls under what 2 categories?
Physical and social.
Okay, could it fall under mental and emotional?
Yes.
Well, you say, who said yes? You said how? Tell me how.
Because it could fall under mental and emotional because you're like, emotions are running up and you're like, okay, because I see it at my brother's game. Say one of the kids, get upset because the other team's winning, then they like kick the kids and another kid gets upset and then it could start a fight and then you're emotionally like upset or.
No, guys, she's not wrong. She's wording it a little differently, but she's essentially right. So let me explain, okay? When we're playing, we'll use playing basketball. And we'll use playing basketball on a sports team as an example, okay? So, I was asking you, okay, how does it relate to this health triangle? And you said to me, well, Mr. Gentile, physical, because obviously we're being physical, we're moving around, we're elevating our heart rate, okay? Absolutely. Then you told me also it's social. It's social because if you're playing with a group of friends, or if you're playing on a team, not only are you playing with teammates, okay, but you're playing against another team. And believe it or not, you're using social skills. You got to get along with your own teammates. You all have to be on the same page if you want to be successful. And if you're playing against another team, you ever hear the word sportsmanship? Okay, obviously you have to show good sportsmanship too. So believe it or not, playing basketball fits under each one of these categories. You have physical, you have mental and emotional, like she just said, because let me ask you a question. When you're playing a game and you lose, is that the best feeling in the world?
No.
No. When you're playing a game and you make a mistake, say, and because of that mistake, the other team scores a basket, do you feel the best?
No.
Yes or no?
Yes and no?
You do? When the other team scores on you because you make a mistake, you feel good?
No.
No, probably not. That all has to do with mental and emotional, okay? Depending on how you feel, depending on how you're making somebody else feel. Now, let me kind of reverse it on you. Say your team is winning. Say you have a couple of baskets, you just made a really good play, you stole the ball, you passed it, and they were able to score a basket, and that puts your team ahead. How do you feel?
Good.
Feel good. How do you think your teammates feel about you?
Good.
Good, just good?
Excited.
Excited, happy, right? Very good. Let me just take a quick break. Gentlemen, what's up? What do we all need? Okay, go ahead. All right, gentlemen, you want to take your books with you? Take your books, and if you're not back before the mod is over, just remember the homework that we have tonight. Okay? Both of you actually owe me 2 homeworks. You owe me you and your relationship, and you owe me tonight's. Tonight's homework is on Edmodo. Or it's on this page. So at some point in time, if you need to copy the work down, you got to come back. And I'll write you a pass to you next day. Okay? Hey, shut my door, please. Thank you. All right, so pick another one now. Somebody else do one more. Corey, go ahead.
Biking.
Biking, okay? Biking. What yes, that's an excellent way to spend your free time. What categories do you think it falls under?
All of them.
All of them. Tell me how.
Well, physical because, you're moving your body.
Well, physical because you're moving your body. What else are you doing to your body? What did we just talk about before? What are you raising?
Oh, your heart rate. It can also fall under social.
Okay? Shh, ladies. How can it fall under social?
If you're like on a bike team or like you're just biking with your friends.
Absolutely. If you are interacting with other people, that is definitely falling under social. And lastly?
Mental and emotional because like if you were trying to win a race on your bike or something like that, you may lose.
Or you may win.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You win, you feel ecstatic. You feel like you just accomplished a big goal. Sometimes if you lose though, and we come in say 2nd or 3rd place, might be a little upset, but we're still accomplishing a goal, right? And it always leaves room for improvement. Good job. Okay? Anybody else want to share out? Okay, so kind of rounding out outcome 3 right here. Analyze the relationship of the health triangle. You guys just showed me several different ways of spending free time, how that relates to the health triangle, physical, mental, emotional, social. But I'm going to give you one more example, just in case you're a little hazy. I'm going to use sports teams as a good way because you're going to see my relationship. And my last group got this. I use football, the NFL players, for example. Okay, so just follow me. You have these NFL players, right? these NFL players are seen by millions of people. Not only people in the stadium that go to watch the games, but millions of viewers watching it on TV, right? All these games pretty much are live. The interviews that they do with the media and with reporters, they're live, all right? So football, that's probably one of the most physical sports that we have in this country, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yes.
Right. So if we're going to see how football falls under the health triangle, we'll look at physical. Absolutely is physical. No matter what position you're playing on that field, it is a physical position. You are elevating that heart rate, you are running, you are dodging, you are fleeing, you are tackling, you are catching. I mean, it doesn't get much more physical than that. But it goes beyond just the physical aspect. Yes, these NFL players have to be in peak performance. They got to be in the best shape. And that encompasses working out properly and eating right. Otherwise, they are not going to perform at their max capability. Give me 1 second, okay? Then we have social. So we'll come right down here to social. Now, social, we all know, is different than physical, okay?
Yeah.
How do you think in the